But then again, we
the everything,
the illuminator.
illuminator. Yeah, it's crazily big.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Composers React, and we're here back with Koen Deetman.
Hey,
My brother. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. Koen is a little taller than I am. But then again, we we have, of course, a game company and we have a music company. And therefore we're
wearing it.
We're wearing it right now. And I think especially the trailer of the movie that we're reacting is combining both worlds, games and music, in a very interesting way. So therefore we wanted to react on Tron. And why is this such a combination?
Yeah, because of course the movie that we're gonna react to is based upon an old game. And actually an old movie as well. And it has a lot of cool sound and music. And yeah, I think that's very much where we
it's this very
with I think.
cinematic way. Then you had our electronic past as well. We love kind of electronic music and went to all this like cool electronic festivals.
Yeah.
So you had Daft Punk, Hans Zimmer doing the cinema music combined with this, then combining a game into a movie. Eventually being this whole world about like a simulation and stuff, like stuff that we really love. This is the new one, and this is already pretty old.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Let's dive into Tron Legacy and see what it brings back to.
And I kept dreaming.
Very soft beginning.
Of this world I thought I'd never see.
I remember.
And then one day, something happened.
That's British computer generated.
The CGI version of him young again.
Was it?
That's gonna have to wait till next time.
I thought it was a pretty cool effect when I saw it for the first time. Oh, here, yeah, that's it, right?
Reported missing today.
That's
He was
cool.
last seen at his home with his son Sam.
Here we go. Back to the digital world.
Sam,
Motorcycles are always cool,
Page came from your dad's office.
especially in Tron.
That number's been disconnected for 20 years.
This young guy who drives a motorcycle.
Hey, Dad.
Here we go. I like that.
Always the
Mysterious.
dust.
Dust. A Titanic sweep.
Welcome to the world.
Welcome. Problematic. Digital.
User.
User.
Who are you?
He looks like a native.
Yeah.
His costume designs are also so.
Father, Sam.
Oh. Little reference to Star Wars.
Very, very happy to see you.
Oh. Yeah.
He doesn't seem like it.
The crunchy.
What am I supposed
sounds.
to do?
Bit crushed beats.
The rim sound.
Used to be glittery. Particle.
Was the creator.
Where do I find him?
I still want to have a motorcycle like this.
He'll find you.
Neon everything.
The lines, don't touch the lines.
Because it's glass.
That's really epic. These slow-mo shots there, come on.
Your move, Flynn. Come on.
Glassy. Ooh, the beat is coming back. A little bit of thumping of Daft Punk there. I think there's something coming in the end as well.
Yeah.
3D, real 3D. 2010 already.
10.
Wow. Oh, here we go.
Oh, airplane.
It's not only motors this time.
Yeah.
Airplanes now.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy, man. It's a cool, and again, like in this trailer, you hear again the thumping beats of Daft Punk, but then still kind of the cinema, kind of a slow start, and starting in the real world, organic, and then going more digital.
I think we are always suckers for like great visuals, but this time around I was very pulled by the soundtrack because Daft Punk was making it. So of course we know the Daft Punk from One More Time and all that original sounds also, but this one was very curious, like, hey, Daft Punk, like a DJ / producer duo now making of a movie.
The soundtrack.
I
yeah.
mean, Daft Punk, like how they present themselves on stage, could easily fit in Tron, of course.
They are in it. So
They are
there
in
is
it.
this moment where you see these robots playing some beats. And I think
Yeah.
this is more of this club area. And I think it's such a cool choice to choose them and then I make a mix with Hans Zimmer to create the soundtrack for this.
Yeah.
And as well, there's worlds like the game. Have you ever played the first Tron?
I don't think so.
Because-
Maybe by accident or something.
In like an arcade or something.
Yeah.
It's always fun to do. I think it's just kind of like a snake, right? You can't really cross each other's line. If you cross each other's line, then you're dead. So it's a game, but this movie makes it a little bit more real and more.
Yeah.
It's not only a game anymore.
Yeah.
User.
Yeah, you're a user.
You're a user.
Yeah.
I think it starts in this real world and then he slowly, because this is the second sequel to what kind of happened in the beginning and he's searching for his dad, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
And he never came back.
Yeah, he was locked up in the game.
He was locked up.
Yeah.
And you are trying to find out why he never came back. Or maybe he's not even there. And then I think the guy that you're seeing, the kind of CGI version, the younger version of Jeff Bridges, he is a clone, right?
Yeah, or something rogue code,
Like a
right?
copy,
Or
a copy to help him out as kind of
Yeah.
build the Tron worlds.
Yeah, or kept him. I think he closed the gate, of course, so he was keeping him hostage somewhere. I think.
I always like these theories, like when you create a world that becomes so vividly and kind of so dynamic and kind of has its own consciousness to an extent, then it becomes smart. I think this copy of Flynn is showing that moment where he's saying, hey, if we want to create a perfect world, then you don't belong. User doesn't belong.
Yeah.
That's something that's really what we think is really cool, right? This simulation theory that if you could do it, you can make a playground, of course,
Yeah.
like Ready Player One. But it can also be a little bit more hostile.
Yeah, yeah. He's of course the super user is presented in the most in the arena where he is fighting, because the arena is literally the place where Tron is happening, or the ones that play the game understand that's where Tron is played in that sense. But he's almost presented like the impossible, the user. He says like the adversary, the everything,
The illuminator.
Yeah, it's crazily big.
But funny enough, nowadays you see a lot of like games, like big games like The Witcher, Naughty Dog, The Last of Us, getting their own series and stuff.
Yeah.
This was the different way around. So you had the game, or at least this is what I believe, right? The game was first, and then they made a movie.
Yeah.
I thought so. But then again, a game to create a movie out of it, then you're like, hey, but we are just an arena game. How can you make this whole narrative story to it? But I think they did really well.
Yeah, it is kind of the same as Naughty Dog now, having a game first, trying to get a series out. But it is one of the first, or to have this mixture up in game, movie. I have to say, I think I remember more of it as a movie now than as the game. Probably.
I think this one is more vivid to the brain. If I think about the game, then it's like, oh yeah, this is this old Pong game.
Most purists would say like, oh no, you're not knowing what you're talking about. It's or the first is the game, or the movie of the first Disney movie.
Indeed, sorry for the purists here. We are a little older than that, a little younger than that. That we could witness kind of the origin of the game Tron.
Is there a new one coming? Because I always hope that this one would have get a sequel, but I've heard rumors here and there that there's going to be Tron 3, and then it was cancelled again or whatever. Or
I would love to. I know this started out with the real world, and he's driving the motorcycle there, and of course the motorcycle in Tron. I don't know. I would love to see kind of how they take it from here. They I have the feeling that Legacy really set up even a world for the new generation, for us at the time, where they could definitely continue. But depending, of course, on the box office, like how it's sold. I think this one did really well.
Yeah.
Very curious if they're gonna do it. What if they make now a Tron game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be interested?
I don't know if it's going to be third person with great graphics. With
we do love third person.
Crystal Dynamics. No, yeah, probably would be fun, but it needs to be, I think, it needs to exist with more than just the
Just
Tron
the game.
game.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
so.
So for us, like we are very pulled into this like rich adventure experience. So kind of what the movie portraying. This is a real adventure.
Yeah.
If it's only kind of an arena game, we are less kind of resonating with that. We really love this story to it.
And funny enough, is always when we saw this movie during this time, you were also doing a lot of DJing, and there was also a guy always DJing with you, also called Tron.
Yeah, that's true. And he did. He's still doing a lot of weddings as well.
Yeah, he's
No, but he did a lot of festivals back at the time, doing more Italo disco and more electro music. That was cool. Also, I know, and I think this was before the movie. They did like the last concert here in the Netherlands, a live tour, and we missed it.
Oh wow!
And they quit now. So that was it.
Yeah.
So we have to do with this. I'm curious if they're going to do more soundtracks. I would love to hear Daft Punk do that, especially in combination with Hans Zimmer. I thought it was a brilliant combination.
Yeah.
That was Tron.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next with this whole universe. Let me know, which one do you like more? Is it the first Tron, the original one? Is it maybe the game? Or is it actually the Legacy one as well? And if you're looking forward for the next one.
Or it's just Daft Punk.
Or it's just Daft Punk. Yeah, that's also good. If you have any suggestions for other games or other composers that you want us to appear on the channel, please let us know in the suggestions. If you want to support the channel, make sure to click the bell button and subscribe to the channel. For now, I want to thank you for watching and see you next time. Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.